The man accused of the family court bombings and murders in Sydney in the 1980s has appeared in court. Leonard John Warwick, who's 68, was arrested yesterday and is facing 32 charges, including 4 counts of murder. Here's reporter Rachel Pupazzoni. Rachel, what happened when he appeared?
Ros, initially his defence lawyer didn't want Warwick to front court. He was brought here early this morning and remained locked away. When proceedings began, she moved to not bring him up to the dock and not to face those charges publicly. Now, the prosecution argued against that, and Magistrate Robert Ravage agreed, saying that there is a vast interest in this case and for very good reason. Now, there was no formal application made for bail, so he remains in custody. Items were tendered, and also, again, the lawyer asked that they not be tendered. The prosecution argued that they should be, so those items were tendered, and in fact we've since learnt that those items included a transcript of a conversation that Andrea, the former wife of Warwick, told police that during proceedings for a court case in 1980, that Warwick said to her during a break, "You don't have to worry about him anymore because he won't be around much longer." Now, Andrea told police at the time that she believed Warwick was talking about Judge David Opus. That conversation was in May, and he was shot dead in June. Now, the Chief Detective Inspector into this case, Pamela Young, told the media after the proceedings today that this day has been a long time coming.
We have been working a long time for the victims and the community in the shadows, and now we're very happy to have our case tested by the courts. Very much happy to be in that proper glare. There have been dangers associated with this case, hence we haven't announced what we've been doing along the way, so I imagine a few people are surprised about what's happened. We're very confident in the case, and we've been very pleased to ring just a few of our victims and their families yesterday to let them know. So that's been a lot of satisfaction for us, and we hope for them.
Rachel, tell us a little more about the allegations.
Now, these relate to incidents that happened in the 1980s, Ros. The first incident, Stephen Blanchard, the brother of Warwick's former wife Andrea, was shot dead. Also that year, as I mentioned earlier, Judge David Opus was shot dead. And also there was the bomb detonated at the home of another judge. Now, 4 years later, another bomb detonated at the home of Judge Ray Watson. His wife, Pearl Watson, was killed in that explosion, and also a bomb at Parramatta Family Court. And then in 1985, a bomb was detonated at a Jehovah's Witness church hall. Graham Wykes was killed in that, and 13 others injured. And as you say, it was those incidents that have now resulted in the charges that were laid yesterday, 32 charges against Leonard Warwick, 4 of them for murder.
Thanks, Rachel.